Hello. All right. Today we're going to be talking about good old fashioned side hustles. People now and in the future are going to need to make extra income, right? They need real ways to make money, ways that aren't going to waste your time. So if you want more of this kind of stuff from me and you want to basically get access to me privately teaching you how to make money for free, you go to lionden.io. You have to fill out my questionnaire. Here it is. So you have to click on side hustles. But if you put your email into my new newsletter, which is at lionden.io, and you click side hustler, I'll send you all of a deep dive and more on how to actually make money doing these side hustles. Like I'll every day, this is totally free. I've written those step-by-steps on the best side hustles that I believe. I definitely want to help people make more money. That's pretty much all I ever do. And I want to help you make more money. All right, so let's get into it. So the first thing is with the side hustle mindset and having multiple streams of income, probably one of the biggest things that has allowed me to become more successful. So in the beginning though, for your side hustle, it's still a baby, right? Just about everything, a business, a side hustle, you have to give it the time that is required to get it to be able to walk, on its own. So number one is you got to treat it like a business, not a hobby. All right. If you approach your side hustle with let's see what happens energy, you'll get not much, right? Results, even if you only have 5 hours a week, think how can I make these 5 hours high impact and intentional? All right, professional effort, even if it's part-time. And again, like I'm going to go over these side hustles that I think are really valuable. And I know the people that need side hustles, they probably work a 9-to-5 job. They probably have a family. They probably have a limited amount of time, and they don't have as much energy that they wish they could pour into it. So we're really going to go over ones that don't take a lot of energy or a lot of time. They can still make you a lot of money. Number two, a relentless bias for action. Okay, most side hustlers fail because they think too much and do too little. Launch ugly. Sell before you're ready. Learn by doing, not by reading blogs for 6 months. Massive action. The biggest takeaway from most of my mentors is if they get a good idea, they implement right away. I call it imperfect action. Focus on solving a problem, not just making money, and solve it faster, better, or cheaper. If you do that, the cash will follow. All right. Another big thing that you need to put into your brain if you're an entrepreneur, if you're trying to make money, is stop being creative. Go where the money is. Have your clients already tried to pour money on to solve this problem? If they have, you are in the right area. That is the biggest thing that I've learned. Being creative is good. Following your passion is good, but if you want to get rich, you got to go where the money is already. Where is the money being allocated? Where are people already paying for stuff? Where is the growth happening right now, or the need, right? Where you can basically plug in and make some money. Number four is momentum over motivation. Don't wait to feel like it. Create tiny wins daily to build momentum. Small, consistent actions stack into massive outcomes. Number five, long-term patience with short-term emergency. Understand business takes time to grow, but act like you're on a deadline every single day. Move fast, but think long. And then number six, detach your self-worth from the results. Your first launch might flop. Your first client might ghost. It doesn't mean you suck. It means you are learning. All right. Resilience is the business superpower that we need to succeed. But these are the side hustle rules. Can realistically make $1,000 or more per week. After setup and you learn, only takes like 8 hours or less per week to maintain. Okay. Again, remember, like in the beginning, we're building a rocket ship, and to get that sucker into orbit, we got to give it a lot of gas, right? And then once it's set up, though, once it's in space, like we're good. Like it's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy to run it from there. But you got to get it launched, right? With any side hustle, you got to learn how to do it. You got to take a lot of massive action. But then once it's set up, it should be able to continue without too much effort, right? That's the whole reason it's a side hustle and not your main hustle. And also all these side hustles, they start for under $1,000. Okay, ideally free or very cheap. But look, some people you have to fucking invest, right? I hate these people. Oh, you're selling a course. Yeah, you got to learn this shit. You got to spend some time watching YouTube videos. You're either investing time or money, and you have to invest if you want to make a real side hustle that works and not waste your time. Then you got to start earning within 30 days. Right. I hate side hustles that if I really needed to make a lot of money, I can't make money right away. I want to make money like the same day, same week, 30 days at least, minimum. Okay. Sometimes things do take a little while to get going, but I want to start making my money back for my investment within 30 days or less. And then I really wanted to make this location independent. Okay. So it can work for people in the city and it can work for people in the country. Here's the side hustle non-negotiables. All right, number one, you must have time. All right, you must make time. I mean, no excuses. Even if it's just 1 to 2 hours per day, you got to be able to do it. And then you also got to be able to learn sales and marketing. This is the biggest thing, is like a lot of people will start a side hustle and then they won't tell anyone, like it's some sort of secret or something. So in order for you to be successful, you have to do some sort of sales or marketing, right? No one is going to buy your thing if you don't tell anybody, right? You have to put it out there. You have to promote yourself. You have to be willing to get out there and talk to people. So you have to send DMs. You have to make offers. You have to make positioning content. You have to follow up with people. There's really no way around it. You're going to have to talk to people, because remember, you always get your money from other people, right? So you have to willingly sacrifice your fear of talking to someone if you want to make money, if you want to have a side hustle. Even if you just make content and you want to just do it totally digital and not talk to people, you're still going to have to talk to your camera. So it's like you're talking to somebody, right? But you got to learn some sort of sales and marketing. I have a bajillion videos on my YouTube on really good sales and marketing tactics, so go watch those. You must be okay with imperfect action. All right, your first website, your first video, your first service, the first time you do something for a client, the first time you get paid and you don't know how to collect the payment, like it's all just part of it. Okay, so get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You also have to be resilient about rejection. People might ghost you. People might say no. Don't take it personally. It's all a numbers game. Talk to 10 people, then talk to 100 people, talk to 1,000 people. If you get one yes and you earn, $100 to $500, then you're good to go. And you can start to scale and you can start to do this even better. You must set a daily minimum of actions to be successful. Send 10 DMs, list 3 items on eBay, record 1 short video. You have to do these things. This is going to be how you get successful with your side hustle. You also have to be patient and have compounding effects. And you also have to basically reinvent your identity. You got the side hustle, you're a business owner, right? This isn't a small thing. This is extra money for your family. This is extra money to pay your bills. This is extra money for your dreams, for your vacations. You have to understand that you are going to put in the work and you are going to have an identity shift because you're somebody who does that. And I put these non-negotiables just because, there's just a lot of lazy people that are all talk and then they don't take any action. And this isn't for you. All right, so number one, the first way that I'm going to really recommend that you guys make money is doing some freelance digital services. All right, and I put AI assisted because all this stuff you can do with AI, and a lot of business owners don't know how to do it, but you can leverage AI to do this really fast. Okay, example, copywriting, and to go deeper on copywriting, learn how to make businesses their own GPT and then charge a fee for it. A GPT is basically just going into ChatGPT, you tell it everything about the business, and then it will write the copy for you, right? Super powerful. A lot of websites look like total crap. They need copywriting. A lot of people who are running ads on Facebook, so you can literally go to Facebook ads library and reach out to everybody and say, hey, I would like to be a copywriter. I'd like to write you some ads. If we make some money, let's do it. I'm looking for some new clients and some new talent. Everybody who has a newsletter, everybody who writes a blog, everybody who makes YouTube videos, they all need copywriters. And just because AI is available doesn't mean they know how to use AI properly. And it doesn't mean that they're using AI or have the time to even do the AI. And you can charge a fee for this. All right. Next is graphic design. I made this whole presentation in Canva. And if you know how to use Canva, there's a lot of people in a lot of groups that are totally ignorant to how to make a logo. And you can make a lot of money just making logos for people. Seriously, I'm in some veterans business groups. And almost every single day, there's somebody like, how do I make a logo? And it drives me completely nuts. But there's a level there where people will pay you some money to make them graphic design. You just join Canva. I think it's free in the beginning, and you can start making logos. It's super easy. It doesn't take very much work. Website builders. You can basically make a website with AI. You can use Wix. I've done it 1,000 times. You can use a bunch of other websites. You can just use, I've been using Lovable, .ai or .io or something like that. And I've been making apps for people. I've been making apps for myself. It's super powerful. You literally just talk to the AI, and then you sell it to people. And then video editing. We're actually hiring an in-house video editor. So if you want to make some money, learn how to edit videos. My recommendations and what I use is Luma Fusion. You literally just need to get an iPad, and you can just sit there on your iPad and you can edit videos all day long. And again, if you guys think about it, go where the money is. The money right now is in videos. It's in content. People spend all day looking at their damn phone, and ads are going up in price, and people are getting very, very hungry to put out content consistently. If they're running ads, the latest way to run ads is you have like 20 to 50 different creatives running all the time and just hitting people. In order to get that number, you have to edit a lot of videos. You have to have a lot of ideas. Okay. So these are all ways that you can start working for people. And all you have to do is reach out to business owners and say, hey, I'm a video editor. Send me some videos. I'll edit them. If you like them, I'd love to work with you. Any business owner right now needs somebody to do this for them. And again, you can use AI to do a lot of this stuff. ChatGPT is free. Canva is free. You can use CapCut. It's like $10 a month on your phone. You can even edit videos from your phone. Startup cost is like, Fiverr, Upwork, like those are cool, right? But they take a long time to get reviews and to get out of the sandbox, right? So nobody will see your Fiverr or Upwork. Upwork is not true. Upwork you can definitely manipulate, but the best way for you to get gigs doing this for people, number one, join a bunch of Facebook groups that are owned by business owners, join a bunch of Reddit groups that are also business owners, and then just basically blast those every single day. It's completely free. You just join groups of business owners and you post in them. All of school, go to school.com, join all the free business groups, and then you make one post in all these groups per day. I guarantee if you did this for 7 days, you'll have more clients than you know what to do with. Okay, you just have to pick one of these first, right? Let's say the video editing, because I'm like I said, I'm hiring a video editor right now, and it's a pain in the ass. I get people that hit me up all the time. I'm actually reaching out to them now. We have like a whole group of them. I'm even thinking about like just starting a Discord or a WhatsApp with all of the editors and just letting them fight for it. But we want to find somebody, we can pay in-house, right? So if you were somebody who does video editing, just send a message to everybody on Instagram that is posting content pretty aggressively, but don't come off as spammy. And the fastest way to do it is you take your phone and you make voice notes to all the business owners and you send it to them on Instagram. Okay, that's number two. Number one is you post in all those business groups, hey, I'm a video editor and I'm looking for work, or I'm looking for people who are trying to up their game with video editing. Boom, boom, boom. And then when it comes down to price, just be like, what's your budget? I would love to do this. What's your budget? How much do you want to pay? And then counter offer whatever they say and charge a little bit more. If they say no, then screw it. They're cheap. But you just want to get a few gigs, right? And then you can make a really small website that just shows all your work, right? Or have your own Instagram or your own YouTube where you post everything. A lot of these video editors that were working for us, they would edit our videos, but they would post every single one of our videos onto one of their Twitters. Not really for anything other than just to blast out content. And it was another way for them to make some money. This is a great way for you to land a side hustle. And again, like this is something like once you do have somebody who's paying you either per video or wants to pay you full time as a video editor, copywriter, graphic design, you can definitely bust these things out in the evenings or in the mornings or on your lunch break, whatever you can do. Because you can do this from your phone, you can do it on an iPad. And this is tangible service. These are services. You have to get paid for your service, but these are services. All you have to do is reach out to enough business owners with your offer, and you'll be able to make some money doing this. All right, let's go to the next one. Affiliate marketing. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have a great training on how to make money with YouTube or with affiliate marketing. But if I was ever, broke again, which I will probably never be broke again, but if I had to go back and I had to make money and I wanted to make something for the long haul, something that I would like, that would pay the bills, that I know would work, I would get a microphone, get a camera, get a light, and I would just make a YouTube channel and all the other channels probably, where I would just review products, and they would be products that have a reoccurring revenue. So the big ones that I'm making money with right now is Go High Level. I've got a bunch of credit repair ones because of my funding company. Batch Leads was for real estate, and I still make money from these today, and I'm not even doing it anymore. But you want something that pays every single month. And I would just sit down for 1 hour a day, and I would make a YouTube video reviewing these products with a link to my affiliate code. And if you do one video every single day, that's 365 videos that are assets now that can rank organically in YouTube, and they can basically make you money wherever you're at. And again, like maybe people buy affiliate products from me because I have an authority or I run businesses, but literally if you just made one YouTube video reviewing all the products on AppSumo, I can actually show you. Let's look at AppSumo real quick. So this is a cool way for you guys to do it. And I like AppSumo. Everything inside of AppSumo is the lifetime value, and every time you promote any products that are on here, so you just become an affiliate with these products, and then you just make a YouTube video. So if you made a video with any of these in it, and then you had a link, but I guarantee somebody will go on YouTube and look at these. These guys are all doing it. They've all got short videos with the keywords SEM-SEO, what is SEM-, blah, blah, blah. But you just make these videos and you have one of these videos. Let's imagine you spend 1 hour a day making a video where you review the product, and you don't have to buy the product and go over it, and you have a link to your affiliate link. You will make money. All right. And the other idea is you build a newsletter with this idea, right? And you can really make a shitload of money. But that's one of my favorite side hustles for anybody who's trying to begin. And the reason it works is once you make enough videos, and if you have one video pop off, right? One video on TikTok, one video on Instagram, one video on YouTube, it will drive traffic to every single one of your other videos that will have that link to that affiliate product, so that you can basically make tons and tons of money. And like, this is a long-term play. But if you just did one video a day, which literally takes 30 minutes, maybe, and you could just have to learn how to record and edit and post it, and you can make a ridiculous amount of money. The other thing is, like, with these links, I'm sure, I don't know if everybody's bought something from TikTok, but you can become one of these short form content people who basically gets a link to the products. You literally go to TikTok, you sign up, you can get free products from TikTok. Okay. You basically just have to click the little shop button, and then you send messages to you don't even have to send messages. It's like a button inside of TikTok, and you say, I want a free sample. And you just click on all the free samples, and then they ship all the free samples to your house. And what you end up doing is you just make a video of you opening the products, reviewing the products, maybe get really good at editing and making these little tiny videos. And then whenever you sell one of the products, you get a little bit of money. One of my friends, Tim, shout out to Tim, if you ever, probably doesn't watch this, but he got these little stickers that you can put on your debit cards, and basically it had Trump on it. And he made $58,000 in 30 days, all just from posting on TikTok and becoming an affiliate with these. Okay, so what to promote? Amazon products, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And the other crafty way, again, would be make all these videos reviewing certain things and drive everybody to a opt-in page where you collect everybody's email, and then they get redirected to the affiliate. Now you're building an email list, and you're building it, and it's all organically from content. And you may be like, well, if I make a bunch of videos, like, what if I only get like 200 views or 100 views? That's why you just have to do this every day. Like, if you have 1 hour a day, you could bust out, 10 videos, and then you just basically make 10 videos a day. Boom, posting, all with your link in your bio. Very, very super easy for you to make at least $1,000 or more. Super powerful. No commissions, no shipping. All it takes is a smartphone and a little bit of hustle. Right. So again, you put your money link in your bio. You basically do your research to get the affiliate links and to make a list of all the links that you need. You put that link in your bio. Again, if you're really savvy, make a opt-in page or a way to collect people's emails and then send them to the product link. And then you basically take 10 minutes and you make a video for as many times as you possibly can to make some money. All right. And you just make as many of these videos as possible. You're reviewing, and then eventually you're going to find one type of video that performs really well, and then you're going to repeat that. Right. But in the beginning, it just takes massive action. Another thing that you can do is you can take clips of famous people, right? Take clips of Joe Rogan podcasts, take clips of other people that are doing the same thing or that are talking about your products, and then those go super viral. But I'm very passionate about this one because I make money and I don't even try with that one. So one of my first companies was a company called Pay Per Lead Agency, and I sold that business for about $70,000 when I was young, right? I didn't even know what I was doing. But basically, local businesses need leads. They need jobs, and they're definitely willing to pay. I have a roofing company that still pays me $100 every now and then from a Google Maps that I made that was a totally fake business. Okay. So local lead generation is super powerful. You can do it from anywhere in the world. You just have to be creative. Okay. So the idea though is you build simple one-page websites for small businesses like plumbers, landscapers, roofers. Hardwood flooring was a big one. Even basically being a loan broker is another one of these kind of lead generation businesses, but you're for the banks. But anyway, so like the main thing that I had to do for this is I basically cold emailed all of the businesses in my local town. And I said, hey, if I can send you a lead or a new job, would you pay me $100, right? Or $50, like whatever it's worth. Roofing, hardwood flooring, HVAC, emergency stuff. Like there was definitely $100 to $200 per lead is what they would be willing to pay. Some of the smaller ones, like I helped a cleaning company get leads. I helped a company that sold blinds get leads. I helped people that painted the sides. Painters was a really good one. Anyways, you call all these business owners, like every single business that's on Google Maps, you call every single one of them and you say, hey, if I send you some new deals and some new leads, will you pay me some money? Will you pay me $100 if it pans out? And you really can't like charge for every single lead, but every single lead that turns into like a showing, I would definitely charge money for it. And you got to get paid for it. And you can really automate all of this. Landscapers is the easy one. Tree trimmers, arborists, right? They basically are really good because they're all they know how to do is go and cut down trees and throw them around, and they don't know how to get leads or don't know how to promote their business. Mechanic shops is also a really good one. To basically learn a little bit about how to rank in Google Business. So you make a one-page website, you make a Google My Business, and then you buy a ton of like fake reviews off of Google. And if you become the number one website, you basically just have a link that sends the leads to the business owners. And then whenever a lead goes through your system, you track it either with there's like a phone software that every time somebody calls the phone number, you just redirect the phone number from your phone number to the business owner, and it will record all the calls, right? And that way people are paying $100 per live call that they get, and they'll pay really good money. And once you set up a couple of these, you can scale like crazy because it's just all automated. And all you have to do though is learn how to rank these websites. And another thing that we would do is we would make our little websites, and then we would join all the local Facebook groups, right? All the local Facebook groups. And then we would post links to our website with a little bit of copy every single day into these local Facebook groups. And it would bring us a ton of free business. And this is really how you can start hustling this up. But the way that you have to think about it is, blue collar workers are not going to go out of business anytime soon. There's not going to be somebody's, pipe isn't going to break and they're not going to call a plumber, right? And then just drown. Like they're going to call a plumber to get it fixed. If the grass gets way too outrageous, they're going to pay somebody. They might as well pay through you to the landscaper because you're the first of mine. This is really a game of marketing, and it works very well in smaller cities. But if you can make it work in big cities, it can crush because there's so many people. All you have to do is get pretty good at SEO or figure out a way to get some traffic, or create content with AI would be another huge way for you to do this. And you just target areas and you just make a bunch of weird AI videos about the plumbing, or if you need, home rentals or whatever. And then you just have your link right there. You can start making a ton of money doing this. And again, this can be all automated. In the beginning, you'll have to learn a lot. In the beginning, you will have to make the websites, but then once it's set up, this can become, we were making about $20,000 a month, and I didn't know what I was doing back then. And it was a pretty cool way to make money. So you guys can definitely take this idea though and make a little bit of money. I really do believe in you. All right, flipping items on local or online, flipping book business, if you want to call it that. I'll tell you guys the truth. I mostly just hunt for books to, feed that inner need to forage, right? Me and my girlfriend will go to thrift stores and we'll just try and find books that are worth money. There's like a little app that you can get. Scout IQ. So Scout IQ, you can scan products and then it will tell you how much they sell for on Amazon. And, we go to thrift stores again. Like if I really tried, I could probably make $1,000 a week, but I don't try very much. As you can see, I have a ton of books that I need to sell still. And it doesn't have to be books. It can be DVDs. It can be board games. I used to basically go on eBay, and there was all these cool softwares that'll tell you how much it sells on eBay and how much it sells on Amazon. And you can make a lot of money doing this, and it's very, very consistent. The problem is, at least for me, is it's not enough money to keep me interested. But if you wanted to make this your full-time thing, you could crush it. I know a guy who buys just like boxes and boxes of DVDs, and he makes like $2 profit on each one, but he sells $10,000 to $20,000 of DVDs on Amazon every single month. And Amazon, he doesn't need to pay for any marketing. He doesn't need to do anything. He just has that little app that tells you how much you're making, right? So you buy it for this, it'll sell for this, and then you basically just list it. And you don't even list it with Amazon. You ship it to their warehouse. So you buy all the stuff in bulk. You make sure all the stuff is profitable. You ship it to Amazon, and then as soon as it sells, Amazon pays you out. Really cool thing to do. But if you're ever really broke, most things I would tell most people is like, sell your crap. Like you probably have a storage unit. You probably have at least like a closet in your house full of stuff that you're just holding on to for no reason. Okay. That can be your initial way to get some money to launch your business, right? But this can turn into like a serious flipping business. And I like flipping stuff. I like going to yard sales and thrift stores. It's probably just because I'm weird, but it's that little hustler in me that just likes to make a little bit of money and own cool shit. And then you just got to make sure you don't let it pile up. I call them death piles. I've got quite a few death piles, just crap that I bought that I meant to flip that I never finished flipping. Right. And I always tell myself, oh, I'll do it next week. And it never happens. But this is a great way for you to make money. Again, if you're also super broke, you can look on Facebook and Craigslist and OfferUp, and you can find stuff that's for free. There's literally all the time people are giving away free stuff. When I was selling furniture, I would get a ton of free furniture. I would just throw it in the back of my truck. I would take it to my shop. I would make it look really nice. I'd polish it up, and then I would sell it for way more money. Obviously than free, which is obvious. But I would also take the legs. I would take the tabletops off of stuff. I would take the chairs. I would make them into cool things, and I would resell them. That's really how I made a lot of money, was just making art and stuff like that. But you can look up for free stuff, and you can basically flip items. This does take a lot of hustling. If you're just going to do it online, right? If we're still sticking to the online world, you can buy stuff on eBay for cheap. You just get a couple of these softwares. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know on my YouTube channel, I have a video when I was really into this. But you go on eBay or any of these websites, and then it will pop up and tell you on Amazon how much the items sell for, right? And you can actually negotiate with people on eBay. And what you do is you basically go on eBay, you buy the items, they ship it to you. You make sure that what you got is worth selling, because you don't want to just do it, and then you basically send it off to Amazon, and then you flip it. That does take a little more time, but if you start selling more expensive stuff, like the biggest hack that I found when I was doing this is find small electronics or small tools or smaller items, because you got to pay for shipping, right? You got to factor in shipping that are expensive. They go for a lot of money. We sold a ton of these little Google cameras, the ones that you can put on your shop and your house, and we sold so many of them. I was getting them for like, I think $76 on eBay, and I was selling them for 200 to 250 on Amazon. And I bought a ton of those, and that stacked up. That was a big profit chunk. Another thing is comic books are kind of hard to sell, but I still liked buying comic books just because they're dope. But flipping stuff, great way to make a little bit extra money, great little side hustle, but you have to dedicate some time to it. Selling digital products on Etsy. Okay. So Etsy, you can definitely make a lot of money. And a lot of the people that I know that make passive income, they just make these PDFs, but they make them one time. Okay. And then they sell them printable PDFs, digital PDFs, and then they sell them on Etsy. Crazy. So you can basically use AI to make, stickers, to make calendars, to make word search puzzles. This is all AI generated stuff. And then they sell them on here, and they make, look at this high top sneaker pattern. Anyways, the reason I like this is, look at this. They sold 33,000 of these. 33,000. That's $33,000 for something that just gets printed out, right? And put on a sneakers. This is like motivation. So you just make some of these PDFs, right? Every weekend or every hour, every day, you spend 1 hour figuring out what sort of PDFs can I make? What sort of digital product can I make? These 3D Tangle books. I mean, one of the funniest ones that I saw, it's not funny, but adult coloring books for anxiety. So you would just use AI, and you can literally use ChatGPT, or you can use Midjourney, and you just say, hey, make me a coloring book image of a dragon, right? And then you just make a full book of dragons, and then you can pay somebody on Fiverr to format it, to make it into like a good little book. You don't have to pay anybody on Fiverr. You just watch a YouTube video on how to do it, and then you can sell these, right? So this is just like, I hope this inspires you to maybe start thinking of some of these. But what's cool about Etsy is it has all this traffic, right? Super bundle, digital sales asset. Look at, they've sold 1,000 of these. These people sold ultimate wedding planner PDF, $6,200. Go where the money is, guys. When do people spend money? When they're getting married, when they're moving, when they're having a baby, when they get pets. Think about stuff like that. When they're going to get healthy, when they're, there's stuff that is very obvious, that people spend money at in their lives. And then you just make products for those kinds of things. But selling items on Etsy, and again, Etsy has its own traffic, so you don't have to promote it as much. I mean, what's cool about Etsy too is you can spend a little bit of money and you can promote your product. So you just literally use AI to make a coloring book, and then you can sell it to people. Printables, planners, trackers, templates. You can do AI generated art. Costs literally no money, and then you just have to list them on Etsy. You maybe have to pay a little bit. Once you design it and it's on Etsy, it'll sell forever. So if you can get creative, just have a little think, jot down all of your favorite ideas, and then whichever one is the best idea, go forward and just try and make it. And then once it's on Etsy, it'll start selling. You get 1 sale, 2 sale, 3 sale. And if you make enough of these, they'll start to stack up. If you make 20 to 30 of them, you'll start to make some serious money. So that's just another really cool way for you to make some money. Social media management for small businesses. Again, this is like posting content on their Instagram and Facebook. Just if you have any local people that are nearby, all these boomers own businesses. They're not on social media at all. Drives me completely nuts. I've got a bunch of Mexican restaurants where I live, and they have the best food, and they don't even have a website. They don't even have a Facebook. And it's just like, dude, if you just promoted one day every now and then, you'd be making way more money. And they're struggling to sell, but their food is amazing. And if they just did any marketing at all on social media, they would make sales, right? But there's lots of businesses that are like that as well. That they just basically are old school, or they're just dumb and they don't know how to turn on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of these things. And you reach out to them and you basically just say, hey, look, pay me, $1,000 a month. I'll basically manage your Facebook accounts. I'll make sure that we get a lot of high paying clients this month from our promotion. And then you don't do Facebook ads. You don't do, YouTube ads. What you do is you just really figure out their brand story, make it up, use AI to make the videos, or go to their office and record some videos. And then you just post like 3 videos a day. And then you also go into Facebook groups and you post in there. You go to local places and you post in there. You can make so much money doing this stuff. And it just takes a little bit of hustle. Easy maintenance after it's set up. Like once you get a client for that'll pay you even $500 a month, you just log into their Instagram, their Facebook, and then you make AI videos or you make content, and you basically post those like 3 times a day. And you always tag the local area where people will buy their stuff, unless they're online. Because you can get bigger. I mean, there's tons of businesses that just need somebody to publish. Like our business is so big, like I get tired on Sunday publishing all my videos, and it's just me publishing, clicking buttons, right? But I would pay somebody probably to do that too. So you just got to think like, if you have any skill too at marketing, if you have any skill at making content, this would be a lot easier. But you just got to reach out to business owners. Again, the best way to reach out to business owners, it just depends, is like pick an itch, go to their website, send them a cold email. I've made a lot of money with cold email. You just got to grow some cojones and just send the email. What's this going to hurt? They can't punch you through the screen, right? They're not even going to yell at you. They probably won't even ignore you. But if you keep hitting them up, right? First you send them a cold email. Then you send them a DM on Facebook. Then you send them a message on YouTube. Then you send them a message on LinkedIn. Then you send them a message on Instagram. Eventually, they have to reply to you because you're hungry and you can help them and you can make some money. And businesses have money to spend on this stuff. It's not a big deal. Email copywriting for small businesses. I helped a guy. He just did email copywriting for e-commerce brands, and I helped him go from like $10,000 to $50,000 a month. And it was him and 2 virtual assistants. So I know this works. And again, AI is cool, and maybe it'll take away some of your jobs, but most people don't have time, and they need a really good email campaign. They need a really good follow-up system for their leads, and they just are too lazy. They're not going to do the work. Again, you can go to websites, like pick a niche, go to all the websites and send some cold emails. Send 100 cold emails, basically just scraping their sites and saying, hey, I love what you got going on at this company. I would love to write some emails for you to help you generate more sales. I'll even do the first one on a commission basis, meaning if my emails don't sell anything, you don't pay me anything. Right. And then they'll definitely let you probably try. Right. Somebody will let you try. And then once it makes some money, then you can start to basically put them on a payment plan. Look, I'll do all your emails every single month for $500. Okay. And then you basically get somebody in your company to create a GPT, and you just have them copy and paste and edit your emails and set them up how you set them up, and then build systems, right? There's definitely ways for you to make a lot of money helping these business owners communicate their story, communicate their values, communicate when they have sales through email or text to these people, right? And you can really make a lot of money by just stacking clients. You just do the work to get one client. Okay, they're only going to pay me $200 a month, whatever. I'll write all the emails. But then you start getting another client, you charge them $400 a month. You charge the next person $500 a month. Now you're over $1,000 reoccurring for a couple hours of work. And you just have to use your brain, and you just have to be aggressive on the outbound, and you can make a lot of money doing this. Notion AI systems. So this goes into automation, right? For a while there, I was going to start my own AI automation agency. I was really into it, and I really love the idea because, like, even with all the knowledge that I know how to automate everything, it's still a pain in the ass. Like, it still is annoying to make it all work. We just literally paid $1,000 so our CRM can send iPhone messages, and we paid $1,000, and the stupid thing is still not working because we're just like tired of trying to fight the automation, right? So if you want to make some extra money, learn AI, learn automation, learn Zapier, okay? Learn how to automate processes for business owners. The big ones that I know they'll pay for is if you can set up a appointment setter that'll just reach out. You can also, the big one that people make a ton of money right now is chat bots. Okay, so people will come to your website, and one of those little pop-ups in the corner will pop up that says, do you have any questions? And you basically can buy those for super cheap, and then you can charge the business owner a monthly recurring fee to have that on their website to help them drive more sales with a little chat bot in the corner. Onboarding processes. I can't tell you how garbage most companies' onboarding process for a new client is. And if you just say, hey, look, I will set up your onboarding process for, $1,000 and then $200 maintenance fee every single month, so many people would take you up on that. That would be the easiest thing. And you just have to learn how to do Zapier. And all you honestly have to do is watch YouTube videos. You literally will get paid to Google stuff and then do the work for the business owners. And a lot of, again, these baby boomers don't know jack shit about automation. So you can really lean into, hey, look, this is going to make your company more money. This is going to save you a ton of time. This is going to be automated forever. You can right? And just use automations, and I'll help you set it all up. Okay. And this is like a great way for you to make money with AI, make money with automations, and be ahead of the trend. And you're really going to learn a lot of skills. And again, like, you can kind of BS in the beginning and just watch YouTube videos, and just all you got to do is stay one step ahead, right? Right, of the business owners that don't know how to do it. But it's a time consuming thing for people who aren't tech savvy. Like, if someone's tech savvy, they are never going to figure this stuff out. So if you're tech savvy though, and you want to know how to make some easy money, just tell people, look, I will help you automate all sorts of things inside your business. You just basically have them sign up for Zapier, have them sign up for Make. You can also do Notion, have some cool ways that you can onboard people with Notion. But your whole pitch with this is like, isn't it time that your business is more automated? I'll save you time, I'll save you money, and I'll help you automate your business. And trust me, most business owners are overwhelmed with their clients, with their business. And if you can come in there and say, like, I will save you money and save you time, and I will automate stuff so you don't have to worry about this, they will happily pay you good money. I would charge a lot of money for this. I would charge $2,000 to $4,000 packages for business owners. Maybe do like a one-off, and then from there help them automate stuff. All right, honorable mentions. There's a couple cool ones. So friendwitha.com. This is a rental business, and I think this is really cool. But it's like, if you have some extra money, you basically buy these things. Like, I have kayaks that just literally sit on the side of my house, but I could put them onto Friend with A, and people will come up and they'll rent them from you, right? If people need to rent cameras, people need to rent tools, people need to rent skateboards, those electric scooters, trailers, all kinds of stuff. So you basically get these things, you put them on here. And what's cool about with a friend is they'll give you insurance on your products. They'll give you all this kind of stuff, right? You can do jet skis. Like, how sick would that be? You just go rent a jet ski for $100. But anyways, you buy one of these on credit, and you list these things. And then this guy, imagine if he, rented this out every single day in a month, that's $3,000 for this jet ski, and then he can have it whenever he wants, but it's actually making him money as opposed to taking money away from him. Here's a generator, all kinds of stuff. You can borrow this guy's golf clubs. So anyways, this is a rental business. So you can basically accumulate stuff that you like, and then you put it on here. And sure, it'll get beat up and torn. But if you live near some sort of area that has an events or like stuff like this, you can make a lot of money renting out your crap to people with friend with a. All right, so I think that was kind of cool. Obviously, we'll go over the good old DoorDash. I know a lot of people that are making pretty good money. I see people on like bikes and stuff doing DoorDash. I don't know if I really need to go into it, but you can become a dasher. And then when people buy food from DoorDash, you basically go pick it up, you deliver it. You can make pretty good money with tips. It's a grind. This is a hustle. This is definitely a thing, though, that people do in the evenings. I want to make a little bit of extra money. Chef. So this one's kind of cool, actually. So what they do is you can make homemade food at your house, and then you can sell it to people. So it's pretty wild. So like, let's say you make a mean pizza right in your house, or you make some good like barbecue chicken or something. Well, you can put it on here, and then you can deliver food to people all over the place. So if you're already making food for your family, you can basically whip up some extra groceries, and you can start selling your homemade dinner on Chef. I thought this was just a cool one. And you can start making some pretty good money. I've never used them, but I think it sounds pretty good. And then the last one again is we'll go back to the good old newsletter. So I started a newsletter. Let's see if anybody signed up. Cool thing about a newsletter is it only takes a couple hours a day. You can write people basically your ideas and your thoughts, but you go to Lion's Den. Right now I'm using Beehive. Beehive allows you to build your website. You can monetize through Boost. You can have people join your website. It's really cool. So anyways, lionden.io. This is going to be my new thing. I'm building up a newsletter. But you build enough followers, and then you can sell them courses and things like that. The other one, though, is like Medium. If you like writing, you can basically write on Medium. And whenever you write on Medium, you can have a little button that will make all your articles be behind a paywall, right? And in order to be part of Medium, essentially you have to pay like $5 a month, right? And if somebody spends 10% of their time reading your articles, you'll get 50 cents, right? But it'll stack up, and it'll start a way for you to make extra money writing. And what's kind of cool that I've been realizing is you can also post things in Reddit that you think are a good topic, and then have the people on Reddit give you a whole bunch of information, and then you can put it into ChatGPT, and you can actually write your own articles for you, which I think is kind of a cool way to do it. The other one with Reddit, or Medium, which you can do at the same time, is Substack. So Substack is paying its creators as well. I think with Substack, though, you have to charge a subscription fee in order to make any money. Right. I'm kind of still new to this article stuff, but I'm really trying to grow my newsletter, and I started posting on here. And you can make money, though, writing articles, having a subscription fee, and then writing them on Substack. And again, you have to be a good writer, and you have to have some sort of skill. But like, look, this person has 40,000 subscribers. Like, they're probably killing it. And there's just a lot of cool ones. One of the Substacks that I saw that was making a lot of money, he basically talks about business and money, and I thought that was just kind of a cool way to do it. But these are just some extra ways for you to make a little bit of cash and some side hustles. Let me know if you guys have any questions. That's pretty much it. On my YouTube channel, I have another video all about side hustles. I also go pretty heavy into the selling things from eBay to Amazon. Again, like, that's not the best way to make money, but I actually was having some pretty good fun when I was doing that. And then, yeah, I hope this was helpful for somebody. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you guys have any questions on any of the side hustles that I mentioned, or if you want me to go into more, check out my YouTube video. And if you want to get some in-depth ways to make more money, I would definitely check out my newsletter, because I go pretty hard in there on the best ways for you to scale and make money online, and just to be an entrepreneur and everything that goes into it. All right. Let me know. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Go forth and crush it.